Good morning, Ketovorians. I had no real intention on posting today, but I had a younger family member that went to the doctor, hospitalized with a 13.1 or so A1C diabetic, and I immediately, encouraged the family to, you know, get the carbs out of the house, get to meats, and really get the child to change their way as far as eating all these, sneaking over to a Dollar General and doing it. The kid is a little rambunctious, kind of hard to handle, doesn't listen. So sneaking away eating all this candy, like it's always gonna be sweet forever. Like you can just do what you want to do, but carrying a little weight, classified as obese, and all of a sudden ended up in children's hospital, and it's like, but the changes were made. So I'm listening in at the request of the family to the doctor. Child's gone from a 13.1 A1C to an 8. Today came in at 6.1. Still obese, slightly. About 5'8", 222 pounds. So, doing well. Hadn't taken any insulin, short acting or long acting, in I think they said about April or May, and it's August, the beginning of August. So we're asking the doctor these questions about we want to keep the continuous monitoring going because they've seen him eat a lot of fruits. The sugar goes up and comes back down, just like it does in everybody. Everybody does that. That is not dealing with diabetes as I do. So I'm like, nothing's changing because it's a downward trend with A1C. Could come in at 5 or 4 based on the way that everything's dropping. Let's give it time. So she's like, well, we don't need to do the continuous monitoring. So we was like, well, the child's been homeschooled for a year, and we want to see how things go as the child enters into high school. So the best way to monitor what's going on during the day is to leave the CGM on, check it, get updates. Doesn't have a cell phone, but get updates as it comes on and uploads everything. And they're like, well, you can just check it twice a week, once a week or whatever. Like, nobody's going to remember to check this child's blood sugar. Just leave it. Well, it may give you false signals. Well, y'all was the first people to tell us to get the doggone CGM, so we know that. I mean, we're just going to keep things going. So everything's going fine. And then, as we're wrapping up this appointment, the doctor asked the parents, would you like to consider using metformin? Because, what's happening is, it went through this whole thing earlier about the beta cells. Beta cells get tired, they get worn out by having too much sugar in the system, blah, blah, blah. But he doesn't have too much sugar in the system. So I don't even know how we got to the metformin thing. It's like trying to prescribe. It was like, well, at a 6.1 with the downward trend from 13.8, and this is where I kind of jumped in. I said, shouldn't we just continue where we are without adding anything? He's not even taking insulin now. Why does he want metformin? He's kind of on a downward trend. The parents are talking about making some changes there, and the doctor actually said, honestly, well, there's no study to show what really metformin is going to do for him at this point. So, okay, I guess that's okay. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why in the farce? Why in the farce we talking about metformin with these people anyway? You scaring them to death, doc. As I'm listening to this, I'm sitting here and I increased my egg count this morning. I ate 6 eggs. So if you're around me and some odorific happens, my apologies. I ate 6 eggs, boiled eggs, and 7 strips of bacon. I'm a regular Paul Newman up in here. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie where they had the egg eating contest. But I mean, it was strange to me that they were still trying to give this young man more medication, and I'm just glad they got the room Nobody mentioned the GLP-1, one of those, injections to help you lose. That didn't come up because, like I say, he's still obese. The child's still working out, still making changes to his diet. They admittedly was a little high on fruit, but I'm so glad we just got out. The first time myself got out of the room, or this child got out of the room, and my appointments go this way. You sure you want to try it? And I did. I tried Ozempic, and I'm talking about I had that automatic sulfur breath, sulfur burps, or whatever it is, where it smells like hell has just is in your throat doing rebound practice, just jumping up in your throat, and just throwing out the worst smells, and just couldn't do no business like that. Trying to sell somebody's house and go up in there talking some. You try to muffle it. Anybody in the vicinity will be like, "What's that smell?" The cost of it is ridiculous, and there's a better way, and it is cutting your carbs. So it's really weird. I mean, try to put this man on metformin. He hadn't even taken insulin in several months, doing pretty good. Just needs to cut down on his weight. He's real close to being in the going from the obese category 1 to the overweight. Well, we were telling the young man, you get down to that lower obese and work your way into that normal BMI range, or add more muscle so it won't be so, there's other measures, height to waist, I think it's height to chest, height, something Dr. Berry talks about. It's another measurement that's actually makes more sense than the BMI. He'll be all right, but I think it's wrong trying to put him on you want to put him on a pill, but you don't want to keep him on the CGM. If that ain't just some dope pushing stuff right there, that's just pushing. Just dope dealing. Like, man, I know you don't want to smoke this crack, but we'll tell you, take this joint with you. Knowing doggone well the man done spiked the joint. That's why I never smoke stuff. My mom was a nurse. She scared me to death. Like, yeah, that guy over there, he was worked at the VA hospital. The guy was in combat, and the reason he's in there, he smoked a joint over there that was laced with something. So, yeah, he ain't never going to be right again. Whether she was lying or not, mom at work. Rest in heaven. To all the rest of you, good luck to you trying to drop the carbohydrates out of your life, or to a reasonable level, one day at a time, every 24 hours. Until next time, have a great day.